By the way, before we get started, I just want to say that while I really love buying things online, especially music things, whenever possible, I do try to support my local music store. For example, I just got back from some strings, 3 packs of strings from my local music store, and basically they were the same price as online, so might as well support the local music store when you can financially. Sometimes there are pieces of equipment that are either less expensive online or are just not available from the local store. But when you can, do try to support those smaller, local music stores, or they'll disappear. YouTubers, I want to welcome you to another edition of Bargain Bin Gear. And, well, I hope you're subscribing and hitting the notification bell, because I often reference videos I've done in the past. And in the fairly recent past, I've done a video on the EVH ST212, right, 2x12 speaker cabinet. And in fact, that's what you're hearing here. Okay, this. Speakers in this cabinet are Celestion, right, Heritage Anniversary speakers, and I really do like the cabinet. It sounds really great. cabinet. It's a 212 cabinet. And when I play in stereo, for example, I have a 212 cabinet on one side, and if I have a little 112 cabinet on the other, it completely drowns it out, like you don't even hear it. In other words, it's a huge sound, big sound. And the reason why I really like that is because I use little 15 watt tube amps, right? And for 15 watt, they're loud, but they sound kind of small, But when you hook them up to a 2x12 cabinet like this, all of a sudden the sound becomes huge. It really fills the room and things. Okay, and we can take a look at it here. Okay, and here's the EVH 212 cabinet. And notice in the lower right hand corner there, there's a little badge right here. See if I can zoom into it. Notice the badge there. It says 5153 50 watt 6L6. Now, obviously, this cabinet doesn't have tubes in it, and the 6L6 refers to a tube. And the reason is that there's also a matching EVH cabinet, or I'm sorry, EVH amplifier, tube amp. Now, I like to play in stereo, and I like to play with matching cabinets. Not because of the look, but because of the sound. And it just works for me that way, so I like matched cabinets. So I wanted another one of these, and I've tried. The problem is, last year they were $4.99. This year they're $5.99. Well, that's $600. Right? It's very expensive. So as a result, I went to the used market to see if I could find one, and I did. And this is where the previous video comes in. I did a video on it. I had gotten a used one, and believe it or not, they sent it with a blown speaker. Right? So I immediately sent it back. I was really disappointed. It was, However, one came up at, a decent price, almost half of what a new one would cost, and so I went ahead and ordered it, and it's it's on its way. Right? Now, while I'm excited, I'm also very apprehensive, because they, in the past they sent me one with a blown speaker, and when I ordered it, I did relay that information and say, please test it before you send it, because if not, it gets expensive, shipping it back, and it's at their cost, so that wouldn't be a good business practice now, would it? Okay, so hopefully when it arrives, I'll have some good news for you rather than a repeat of last time. That's what I'm hoping for, and that it should sound pretty much the same. That's just a huge sound, man. So hopefully, I'll have the two cabinets, a matching pair. And, you know, on the new ones, this is the model number is the ST212. But now they've come out with several different ones. And they kind of mess with the speakers, you know, and things. So they would sound different. And who knows, maybe better, maybe not, I don't know. But I really like the sound of this one. I wanted it kind of matching, so this was easy to find because it's basically the same model as opposed to the new one. Yeah, they had 2 or 3 different kinds. Like one, instead of a silver logo and things, it was kind of a brownish logo. You know, and I think it has different speakers as well. So, keep your fingers crossed and we'll see what happens. So consider this part 1. the anticipation, you know. Okay, so in any case, basically, yeah, I like to play in stereo and I like to have matching cabinets. And the reason is just consistency of sound, rather than being kind of misbalanced. Now, what's great about this 2x12 cabinets is they make, you know, the little tiny amps I use, the little 15-watt tube amps, sound huge, right? Which is something I really wanted for a long time because, you know, I love the sound of the little amps, you know, but they just didn't sound very big. Whereas here through the cabinets, they really do sound great. Now, and this is where I refer to the past video I did. Looking at this cabinet, well, they used to be $4.99 and now they're $5.99. They're basically $600 new, and that just is, you know, quite expensive, I think. Wow, $600? Are you kidding me? Now they're great cabinets, and beyond that, they've come out with several different models. Okay, and as I said, I wanted one that was pretty much matching speaker-wise and things. So some of the new models have different speakers and things. At least here I know what I'm getting. I'm familiar with the sound of them. Now, this is why I went to the used market. Always a risky proposition. However, this was from a, you know, huge company, and they have a lot of used equipment. And so I ordered one, and they sent it to me, and guess what? Total fail. I had a blown speaker right off the bat. I mean, one test could have solved that, and they wouldn't have sent it. So the speaker was blown, so of course I sent it back. And not only that, they had to pay for the shipping both ways. Unfortunate for them that they didn't test the speaker. However, the price was great. I mean, it's basically pretty much almost half the price of a new one, which is more reasonable to me anyway. So, well, I've given them another chance to make things right, hopefully. So what I did is I went ahead and ordered another used one. And I let them know ahead of time, right, that the experience I had previously, and if they send me one with a blown speaker, it's going back. I'm sending it back again. Right, and that can get pretty expensive shipping-wise for them, if that's the case. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And I talked to the guy, and he said, oh yeah, I just played on that one not too long ago, just to try it out, and it was fine. He said the cabinet was a little beat up, but we will see. So this is part 1, and in theory it should arrive tomorrow. And I'll be really thrilled though if it does work out, because it gives a really nice, huge sound, you know. And it really helps these little tiny amps get a really nice big sound, super clear, quite loud, but in a nice way, if you like, you know. And when I mean loud, maybe I shouldn't say loud, but big sound, you know, fills the room. How about that? Yeah. So we'll see. This is the second time. So I'm excited, but also a little anxious. You know, see what happens. And I hope that this particular one will work for me, and will be as good as the one I currently have. You know, make sure they haven't swapped out speakers or who knows what. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see. The price was certainly very good, you know, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so this is part 1. Of course, I'll keep you updated with a part 2 and see what happens. Alright, very good. See you next time. Okay, bye.